Yep. hmm And you know what? Let's just do this too. Josh, we are live on so many platforms.
Oh,
Woo!
welcome, internet.
You know what? Twitch can't hear me yet,
Oh,
but now they
shit.
can. What's up, Twitch? Bow, bow, bow.
Air horn sound. Pew, 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 pew.
Meow. Yeah.
Want to clap it in?
Yeah, all right.
Woo! Woo! Wow! On fire tonight.
All
What's up, you
right.
guys? It's On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa.
I'm
I'm
Tressa.
Josh.
Oh, I was first.
All right. All right. You win this round, Tressa.
Yes.
What's going on, you guys? We're going to talk about season 1, episode 5 of The Peripheral on Amazon Prime Video. The episode title is called What About Bob? And if you haven't watched it, we're about to spoil everything. We're going to talk about it in detail. So if you don't want it spoiled, go watch it first. Oh, hey, you're back.
Hey, welcome back.
What's going on, you guys? This is so dope. Tressa, talk to me. What do you think about this episode? Oh, wait. Don't answer that question because I actually have a question about the recap.
Oh, well, I got no answers for you because Twitch.
Oh, you had like a Twitch glitch during the recap.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
It started right when the show started, but right after the recap.
Okay, so there was a thing in the recap, and it's touched on in this episode, but I don't think that we actually saw it in a previous episode.
What was it? What?
Maybe I blanked out on it. They talk about the neo-primitives.
Mm-hmm.
Did they talk about neo-primitives in a previous episode, like in last episode?
I didn't remember them ever talking about it, but
Yeah.
I just assumed that I had glossed over it because I have
No.
a bad habit of doing that.
All right, so it's possible that we both missed it, but it's also possible that that's like a vestigial tale that used to exist in an earlier episode, but they just cut it.
Yeah.
But they still needed to reference it
Mm-hmm.
because once they talked about it, it was talked about as a known thing.
Right.
So,
like Flynn knew all about it.
Right. So in the recap, there's just like a second about it over footage that we saw in that graveyard scene in the last episode that was like a museum of the past/future.
Yeah.
About the jackpot. And so
Yeah.
they talk about like when they show us footage of the blood plague thing, but they talk about how neo-primitives are like a people that like want to get rid of all technology as a way to like try to.
Yeah, they definitely did not cover that at all.
Yeah. So
I would have remembered that.
So, you know, the idea is they are a radical Luddite group who are anti-technology.
Right.
And I don't think we've talked about them in a previous episode, but if they have and we both missed it, then okay, so here we are.
Now that you described what was in the previously on section,
yeah,
I will say with certainty they have not covered that at all. I would have remembered that because it sounds like in the previously on, they went into great detail about who these people were. I would have remembered
they did not.
speech.
They didn't. Okay, so just in this episode's recap, they did not go into great detail. It was just like a very quick, like neo-primitives are shit. I didn't write down the line, but it was like neo-primitives are a group that like want to stop all technology.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm going to call bullshit. It was never referenced.
I don't think so either, but in fairness to the show, they pack a lot in every episode. So it's
That's
possible that we
true.
were both furiously taking notes and just missed a very quick, important piece of information.
That is very true. I will give you this. This was a weird episode because it was Bill Murray and he was with a group of people and he was like, I'm afraid of everything. I'm just kidding, you guys. That's the name of a movie called What About Bob with Bill Murray and that one guy from Jaws.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Thank you.
What about Dreyfuss? Yeah, so it's a fun title that's clearly referencing that because people love that.
People can't stop talking about that movie. It's 2022 and they will not shut up about it.
What do you think the writer's room conversation, like, we have to title this episode and we're just
What about Bob? Shut up. What about Bob? It's called What About Bob? Bob's in it. What about Bob? Shut it. What about Bob?
You don't think that there was like any sort of tangent on Church of the Subgenius?
Nope. Okay, maybe.
You don't think that there was any possible tangent on Bob from Twin Peaks? Oh, you've never watched Twin Peaks?
Nope.
Who's another Bob? Bob's your uncle.
Nope.
That's a Britishism. That's a thing British people say.
I mean, I know the phrase, but I didn't know it was British.
Yeah, they all apparently have an uncle named Bob.
God, and they talk stupid. Those poor people.
All right, let's get into this episode.
We start off with Grace and Alita having a chat. They used to be not just roommates, but wink, wink, roommates.
It was a Boston marriage, as they said in the 1800s.
I've never heard that before. That's delightful.
Yeah, it's a super not used phrase.
Hence why I've never heard it.
Right. So we're seeing 1 year earlier, like ahead of all of our normal action in London. So this is presumably 2098.
Right.
Alita and Grace meet in the lobby of their office building, and
Alita is still working in legumes.
Yeah, she's totally, she's the queen of legumes.
Yeah. She had a sash on and everything.
She is queen of legumes in the Mayfair parade.
They're talking about the bad breakup they had.
Yeah, it was fucking real bad.
Yeah.
So like bad enough where it's like they spent like 25 minutes arguing whether or not the note said she was a bitch or she was a cunt.
Yeah.
And my understanding is for British people, calling each other cunt is actually way less offensive than calling each other a bitch. Yeah,
absolutely. And Grace is right. Alita was right. It's a great alliteration. Why wouldn't she use it? I'm team Alita on this one.
Well, anyway, Alita was mad that Grace broke her heart, but she still wanted
she has
to,
kids.
Yeah, she's like, oh, gross.
You're married with a dude and 2 kids? That's disgusting. And a little hilarious because you suck.
Well, so the two of them go off to like the lesbian wine bar in the future called Mayonnaise Crush. Written in neon while like a robot bartender waits for their next order.
What did it say?
Mayonnaise Crush. A Mayonnaise is like a member of the cult of Dionysus, a female frenzied drunken like
lesbian.
Maybe it's Greek.
And everyone's gay in Greece in olden
Isle
times.
of Lesbos.
That's what I was thinking. Yes. Okay. So yeah, they're talking about junk, and she's like, "Hey, tell me about your job. I bet it's really fucking awesome and stuff."
They're talking about junk. Once again, Tressa cannot process any emotion of any kind. Tressa is a robot, like input, output, data, does not compute, does not compute.
Okay, to be fair, this this relationship did not seem, it did not hit for me. It did not feel like an actual relationship. Therefore, I could not pay attention because, as I have previously established, I do not care about heteronormative uh, relationships, and this is not one. I realize that, but I also, it did not feel real. It felt like they were friends, and therefore I do
I
not
feel,
care.
first of all, I don't think you know A, what heteronormative means, or B, what friends are like.
I don't think you know what friends are like when they're girls. Checkmate.
Wait, is this what girls act like just in normal friendship life?
Yeah, we grope each other and
Yeah, you broke my
argue.
heart. Let's grope each other. You're a bitch. You're a cunt. Are you gonna kiss me or not? Fuck,
uh,
everything is like a lingerie pillow fight when we have our backs turned.
yes, that's what I'm telling you.
Guys, I'm blowing the lid off of this.
I mean, no, it's all fake. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying.
All right, so before they get into that, before they get into like, tell me about your job,
Mhm.
we get a tiny bit of backstory where Grace asks Alita if she still uses dolls' houses, because apparently that's how they
Oh,
say it there. And
right.
Alita is like unclear on what empathy is. And she explains that she uses these diorama doll houses as a way to feel like she's accessing another being's inner life. And she finds that intoxicating. And she's saying all of that while she's being seductive with Grace.
That is correct.
And then, so like Grace's defenses are down. She's like, so anyway, tell me about your job. Like, that's really why she's here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
She's a
She's
woman on a
like
mission.
inches away from penetration. Tell me about that job of yours.
She's like, right before we scissor, let's get into shop talk.
Yeah, so that's what they do. They go to the shop.
Yeah, so now we're in the fucking sub basement corridor
Yeah, the
that like
what, 90
nobody gets
something floor.
access to without like the highest level clearance.
Yeah. And Grace has it. So
Yeah,
she's gonna show around, do a little open house.
they call it the God font. That's what they call this fountain that like that
Yeah.
access to the hub or to the stub rather.
She said a lot of stuff, and quite frankly, it was hard to keep up for me.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. So like she she gets her eyeball scanned
Mhm.
and brings Alita in and then just breaks down basically everything that they've been doing in the stub, which is
Yeah.
thousands of things.
Yeah. Tons and tons of crazy ass shit.
Yeah, so
That's
they're affecting real life stuff in the stub, and they've been telling everyone else with like lower clearance this is just like a VR sim thing.
right.
It's not real life anywhere.
But it
And part of
is
what they've
real
done
life.
is they created shell corporations to bid on military like contracts, and they won one to put haptic technology into soldiers, appropriately old-timey ones.
That
And then they are studying how different people are like what their behavior is when they are given a little bit more compassion in a given situation. And so Alita is like, oh, wait a second. You're literally talking about mass population behavior control.
And that is messed up.
And they're real people, dude. Like,
Yeah. Because earlier, Grace was like, in therapy, my therapist said that you are a bad girl that's good, and I'm a good girl that's bad. And Olivia was like, these are fucking people. And Grace is like, yep, there she is. There's my girl. Okay, but question. They're like watching a hologram of the past armies, whatever using the haptic stuff. Was that Dude Squad? Because that looked like it was Connor that got blowed up.
I can't be sure. As far as I can tell, it was like,
I mean, it's not necessary because we get the
yeah,
point, but I was just curious.
it might have been Dude Squad. I think that their choice to obscure the faces was like dead on. I'd be pretty bummed out if like everything just revolved around the same small group of people.
Agree.
And everyone is like, Alita's my sister.
That's such a book thing. So,
Such a book thing?
yeah.
What do you mean?
Check out this little wink and nod. She's actually my sister, but she's my boss. And so they're leaving. Alita's got her information.
Everything she needs, or
Yep,
at least part of it.
Yep.
And they bump into that pretty lady, Marielle, who questions Alita. And
I wasn't sure if that was her or not because I didn't remember exactly what she looked like.
oh my God. Okay. So in case you were unclear on that being her, she's like, hey, you're not supposed to be down here. You're in Greens and Legumes. What the fuck? And then Grace shuts her down and is like, she's here as my guest. Like, I'm your boss.
Get fucked.
Yeah, basically get fucked. And then, just in case you didn't know that that was her, Alita is like, hey, you have such wonderful, beautiful eyes. I would kill for eyes like that.
Oh, that's a weird thing to say. Thank you.
Yeah, I would kill for eyes like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Have a good.
I will be killing you for your eyes.
All right. I'll see you in the cafeteria.
You are just a walking eyeball containment unit until I need them. I'm going to come for them.
Don't understand what you're saying, but
your eyeballs unlock that door, and I'm going to kill you and take one at the very least.
Still a little confused on that, but I'm gonna go over there now.
So then we
credits. I can't believe we memorized that script. We had it down pat.
Yeah, we're on fire tonight.
Key West 2032.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. We're getting to see a little bit of life on a peninsula, or a key is an island. A key is an island.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Florida is a peninsula. Yeah, and Pete Kaczynski gets a package.
Not his real name.
What?
Not his real name.
He opens it up, and it's the coolest thing ever.
It's that concussive blast gun that they have 70 years from now, but doesn't exist in this time.
Yeah. So that other
he accidentally shoots it, destroying all of his crockery.
All of his collectibles.
He's got a chest full of Hummels.
Precious moments.
Franklin Mint.
So many Star Trek plates. So he does that, and then he immediately gets a call. Who
calls him by his real name, Robert O'Connell.
Bob the Butcher.
He's a Dublin lad. And by the way, as far as like weird fiction goes, I think whenever you have anything to do with Dublin, you're literally talking about doubling, like a double.
Oh, shut up.
I mean, maybe
I love it.
That doesn't count in this case, but I
No,
mean,
I love it. It
because we're
does.
in this world, I think it does.
Yeah, no, for sure. I
Maybe,
agree.
maybe, I don't know.
No, I think it does. I think you're
Or
right.
like, what the fuck? Like, when did Gibson write this book? Do we have any idea? How fresh were the Troubles? Because by 2032, the Troubles are way the fuck in the past, and this guy wouldn't have even been alive.
I don't know what the troubles are.
That's all the British Northern Ireland, like IRA, Sinn Féin.
Oh, I didn't know. I had never been. Okay. Anyway, yeah, this book was written like 2 years ago.
The Easter Rising or something.
I have no
Um,
idea when this book was written.
Fuck, we're gonna get some letters from some very
Some
angry
cease
people
and
from South
desist.
Boston. I'm just kidding. No Irish people are left in South Boston.
No, gentrified.
Extremely.
Uh-huh.
So
Welcome to America. And it is Daniel Bot that is calling Bob the Butcher to say, hey, guess what, asshole? You need the to do all this shit, and I will give you $9 million, even though if you don't do it, I will kill everyone you love.
yeah, here's a deposit of 2.5 million.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, I know where your daughter is. I also know where your best friend / worst enemy is, and it's either you or him.
Okay, him. What?
So yeah,
What?
yeah.
What? I don't give a shit. Him. So he goes to the bowling alley.
Well, hold on a second. Before that happens, we see Flynn getting a CT scan.
Right. I mean, I was gonna mention it, but it's like a 2-second scene, so I
It is
didn't
a
think it
2-second thing.
mattered.
All right, all right, all right. You're right. Let's keep it moving here. Yeah, so he goes to the bowling alley. He is no longer the like beach bum looking guy we saw when we are introduced to him. He's clean shaven
Which
and
BT
he's
dubs, like him in his Key West gear was so adorable. It reminds me of my goth buddies when it's summertime and they're trying so hard, but it just doesn't work. We know we've got you pegged. We know that that's not you.
right. That's like Portlandia with Danzig on the beach.
Yes.
Sometimes to enjoy the beach, you have to be uncool. Have you heard of Billabong?
Yes, exactly.
He's a 1,000-year-old vampire named Radu who explains how to have fun on the beach.
Wait, how is he outside? It's sunny outside.
Don't overthink.
Fine. So Bob goes to the bowling alley to see his old pal who's
Yeah,
there bowling with his sons.
yeah, a bunch of dudes.
Bunch
A,
of them.
a different dude squad.
Yep. Very different one. Uh um yeah, the wild.
Yeah, so it's a real like it's a real cool scene. If I don't know, like I enjoyed it. It
I
was
fucking
very,
loved it. It was
yeah.
great.
He goes in. This bowling alley is like a brand new environment, like we've never seen or
Mhm.
been to.
But it
And
is the same town as where the Fishers live. It is.
it is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
because Daniel
Oh,
Bot tells him,
oh,
hey, they're going to be here just like not too far from where you are right now.
right. Okay. So they've both rolled into town to do this job. They've both been hired.
I thought that
Frank and his sons are all there to do the job, I think.
Frank was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Here's the other guy's number. Don't contact me ever again.
No, like that's not the way Daniel operates. Daniel says, you're going to do this for me, or I'm going to kill your whole family.
Okay.
So like
So,
whatever he told Bob, which is I'm going to kill your daughter, who's
yeah.
in hiding,
Hmm.
like he called Frank, that's the other guy's name, and said, I'm
Hmm.
going to kill your whole family. So do this or else.
And also, I need your friend's name and number.
No, I think I mean, they
Yeah,
just,
because Frank said something about like, I'm sorry, I had to give him your information. I had to. And I thought it's either you or me.
oh,
But
I
if it
thought,
was like,
my understanding was he was like, okay, so what, when Daniel called Bob,
mhm,
he was like, do it, here's the money. And if you don't do it, you're in for a world of hurt. And also, I have no problem calling this other person who can like be a real problem for you in your life. So presumably he had the same conversation with Frank saying like, I'll call Bob.
so Bob's just getting ahead of the game.
I think they both acted on it in exactly the same way and ended up in the bowling alley together. And, or, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Frank and his family live in Clanton, North Carolina, just by lucky chance.
I-
I don't know. But Bob fucking kills everybody, including the bartender, and it's awesome.
Obliterates them. It
Yeah.
was gorgeous. It was so well done.
It was just super fast and efficient, and it was
Mhm.
great.
It was
And
like watching, no, I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, it was great. It was like John Wick or whatever that other movie is that I think of.
Nobody.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
So yeah, he leaves the bowling alley, gets in his car. One of the sons was not dead, comes out.
Blasts his window.
Yeah. Doesn't
Bob's
get him
like,
though.
no. And Bob's like, this isn't, no, we're not doing this. He
Yeah.
gets his sonic gun, shoots his feet because he's underneath the car. He's dead or he's gone. He's collapsed. And then he goes around the corner. He's like, hey, I'm gonna let you go. Just crawl away. Just crawl away.
Yeah, and we'll call it even, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to back my car right up. All you have to do is crawl away.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he's like, my legs are, I can't move them.
Yeah,
And
your arm looks bad too.
yeah, his arm does not look good.
No, it was disgusting.
Yeah, it's a really great, really badass moment
Yeah,
where he's just enjoying, savoring, letting this guy know that he's going to kill him and letting him anticipate that.
yeah. He was really just, he was in it for his, he likes his job. It's good to see someone that likes their job.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he was enjoying retirement too. I get the
Mhm.
sense that this guy just he likes to enjoy whatever it is he's doing.
He takes life by the balls and he lives those balls to the fullest.
He lives those
No,
balls to the fullest.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, every night is another grand ball. My balls
The
are always bouncing to the left and to the right.
I'm not familiar with musicals. So
That's
now we kind
AC/DC, you bastard.
okay. And now we go to Billy Ann in Jasper's place.
Yeah, so she's in the gig economy.
Yep.
She wakes up and there's notifications on her phone. She's like, okay, accept job
Yep.
because the future sucks.
Yep. It sure does. Hey, the present does too.
Present
It's
sucks.
like,
And hey, this is just what we think the shitty future is going to look like based on our shitty present.
right, exactly the same. And she's getting ready and she's picking up clothes and she picks up Jasper's coat and notice he's got a big fat wad in his coat.
Yeah, it weighs about $10,000 extra than it normally weighs.
I don't remember you having $10,000 yesterday. And she's like, bro, what the fuck? I told you not to take any of this money. And he's like, no, 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 no. My uncle gave it to me. It's
Yeah, no
fine.
strings attached. It's just for job well done. And she's like not having any of that bullshit. But
Because
guess
she's
what? They
smart.
need the money.
Yeah, who doesn't?
So when asked, should I give it back? She waits a beat and says no.
Yeah. I mean, what's she gonna do? No, thank you.
I
No,
mean,
thank you for
the
paying my
fucking die
bills.
is cast, right?
Yeah, I mean,
He's
even
already
if
taken the money. Like, you can't get the horse back in the barn.
you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
You can't put the scurvious tooth back in the rotting mouth.
You can't testicles in the I don't know. I tried. There was a testicle one in there somewhere and I couldn't find it. I'm sorry.
You know what?
Uh,
If you can't get the testicles in, you're not trying hard enough. Um, so then we got to urgent med, and Flynn is getting a spinal tap. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She's got a bacterial infection, which is the craziest thing Dee Dee's ever seen. It's like meningitis, but more localized. And then we have a close-up on the clock tower, the clock on the clock tower.
Yep.
And Bob pulls up and pulls to a stop on the bridge. And he
Yep.
calls, pretending to be an insurance agent, terminating a policy. But what he's really doing, he's calling his daughter who's in hiding and
That's right.
explaining that he may not be alive much longer.
Yes. And she's like, okay, but I need this insurance policy because I am pregnant and my husband and I would like to keep this insurance policy, please. And he's like, sorry, insurance company is going bankrupt or closing or whatever.
But
You're
we have
fucked.
enjoyed this relationship. Goodbye and good luck.
Thank you, sir.
It's a yeah.
Yep. I mean, yeah, okay, I get it. He doesn't want her questioned about stuff. I get it.
Well, I mean, she needs to stay in hiding,
Right.
but she also should know if she can just never reach him again.
Right.
That
Still, it's
yeah.
got to be brutal.
Yeah,
Brutal. Like,
horrible.
someone that I care about is I'm never going to see them again, and I cannot tell them anything because we have to talk in code. Like that.
Yeah. Very upsetting.
So anyway, he's on the bridge. Billy Ann drives up and she's like, yo, I'm super awesome. Can I help you with your car?
Right. He's got his hood up. It looks like he's got car trouble.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to wave her off.
She's not having it.
Yeah. So she starts to drive off, but then she's like, you know what? And she backs up and she's like, here's the thing. That guy, Charlie, I really would like to one up him because she thinks that like he's got a tow truck coming.
Right.
And she just honestly wants to personally best this random tow truck driver from the town. Yeah.
Which I fucking love.
Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. Fantastic.
Fucking Billy Ann, you are my hero.
Yeah, who knew that she was going to be so clutch? I was back there suspecting that she was like a plant in Flynn's life.
I know, I remember.
Well, I feel like a fool.
As you should. And probably a little bit of an asshole. And then
well, anyway, she and Flynn have like the closest friendship, and Flynn confides in her, and that's what makes me think, oh no, she's telling this woman too much. Anyway,
Burton and Flynn pull up.
Yeah, and Flynn sees the concussive shockwave gun thing.
Yeah. She's like, shoot him. He's like, what?
Yeah, like Burton does not act fast enough.
Mm-mm. And
they try to take off. There's a big shootout. Bang, 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 bang.
Just like that.
She like reverses the car and tries to hit Bob.
Yeah.
Bob is like pretty good at evading both bullets and cars. And
Well,
he's got a bulletproof vest on, but
there
he's
you
also
go.
like he's basically the Terminator. Like he's so unstoppable.
Yeah.
He's like Jason at the end of the movie. Like there's no killing this guy.
He's gonna pop up every time. Billy Ann shotguns him twice.
Yeah.
He goes down both times, but he's right back up.
And so they've got guns drawn on him. And instead of killing him, which they really should have done.
They fucking call Tommy? What the fuck? No.
Yeah.
Tommy is incompetent. No.
Well, I mean, is he incompetent?
He's incompetent. Are you kidding me?
What
He's
makes you say
incompetent.
that?
Because Bob's in the back of his cruiser later, like, this is all the stuff that's going on, and I'm telling you, so you're fucked too. Ha 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 ha. And I can see all the emotions on your face because you're scared. And Tommy's just like, yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't know what's going on. I'm totally screwed now that you've told me all this. That's why I think he's an idiot.
Well, here's the thing. Hold on. Let's get to that
But
in a
also,
second. Let's
I
get to
saw
that.
you shake his hand for like an hour. What's going on? Hey, I saw some cars. What's going on with you guys? Hey, thank you for this beer that I'm going to open and take a sip of and then leave. That's why I think Tommy's an idiot.
You think he's bad at his job because he only had a sip of beer?
Yeah. What?
Maybe he doesn't like that beer.
Maybe he shouldn't have opened it then.
Well, that would have been rude.
No, it's rude to waste a full beer.
No, it's rude to be like, oh, thanks, but
no, it's rude to be like,
but I'm 72 days on the program.
yeah, that's so rude.
I have to drink this.
Rude.
The law of host and guest states that I must go straight back into my problems.
Yes, and all good people would be like, yes, you must do that so my feelings are not hurt. Otherwise, you are an asshole.
Drink the beer, freshman. Chug it.
I don't like the way it tastes.
So Bob gets arrested. Tommy is talking with Flynn, who's like, is this how you talk to a suspect or a witness or a victim? And there's a lot of like shuffling around, like, you separate us and like, do we have our story straight type of thing?
Yeah.
And Tommy's like, what is this? The shockwave gun.
That's weird. I've never seen that before.
She's like, I don't know. It looks like it's from the future.
I know. Wouldn't that be weird? That would be so weird.
So that dude was wearing a vest. And while we're on the subject, your brother Burton looks like he was more than ready too.
I mean, he was in the army. He was in the war. He's always ready.
Right. It seems like a good enough excuse. So Tommy is like, so what's the deal? Like, you called me because a dead body on the bridge would be Homeland Security, but a few bullets being fired is just like a local matter. Yeah. And I don't know why that would be a calculation that was like important to her.
Yeah. How about I don't want to murder somebody? How about that? Even if it's in self-defense.
Why would she be in fear of Homeland Security? Maybe Homeland Security would be better for her than not. I don't know.
I like that whole rationale was like, no one gives a shit, dude. We're not cops. You are.
Right. Like, we don't know what cop organization gets activated by different levels of whatever. Like, as far as I know, you're all the same.
Yes, because they are.
So then before letting them go on their way, Tommy was like, I remember the very first time I saw you. And it's a sweet story. He was in the 3rd grade and she was in the first grade. Oh, that's what you heard. That's what you heard. You heard blah, 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 blah. So she was in the principal's office because she had taken all of the earthworms that the 5th graders were supposed to dissect, and she'd taken them to the woods to free them.
Mm-hmm. Did you have to dissect worms in school?
Yes. Yeah, we did. And I guess it was probably around 4th or 5th grade.
I feel like it was later, but isn't that weird?
I think that we did it again in like 7th grade or 8th grade. 7th grade.
Ooh,
7th grade. Yeah. So we did it in elementary school, and then we did it again in like middle school.
we had to dissect piglets
Oh,
in
maybe
seventh
wait.
grade.
Maybe we did
No.
worms in 4th
Oh,
grade and frogs in 7th
yep,
grade.
yep. And then after we did frogs, we had to do piglets.
We didn't have access to piglets where I was, so
Oh, you're not from the Midwest?
no. So did they do you remember much about?
I remember failing most of my classes in high school because I hated it, but also I did not want to do that. So they gave me a laminated photo of a dissected baby pig.
Oh, so that you could learn the lesson without having to do
Yeah.
like vivisecting an animal.
Well, it wasn't vivisection, but yeah, because vivisection is when they're still alive.
Is that right? Is that the
Yeah.
difference?
Hmm.
Okay. So dissecting a
Is dead.
a pig corpse.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. I think that there was like one or two students in my class that were like, I'm a vegetarian and I don't want to do this. And they were like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I probably just didn't want to do the work, but and didn't know they had a backup. But the baby pigs are cute, and it was rough. And they're like this big. They're big. It was I didn't like it. Anyway,
Well,
but
what if you
also
had learned that you could take a dispassionate approach to it and
I
you were
mean like
just
blah blah blah.
yeah,
Blah
you could be
blah
like a master
blah.
surgeon today. You could be you could already be retired living in Key West.
Receiving sonic guns in the mail.
Yeah, you
Oh,
wouldn't
those
have
could
to
have been.
do this podcast for money. The lowest debasement.
Yes, I live in the basement. It's right under the first floor.
Uh so uh okay, so we've got Billy Ann driving the Fishers back
Yes.
back to the house because Burton's Jeep is totaled.
Yeah.
And
Billy Ann's like, I know everything, stupid Burton.
also like how, excuse me, were you just there 10 seconds ago when I just like saved your lives?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I have earned your trust and your respect. And by the way, my husband Jasper would never hurt a soul, certainly not Flynn.
He's not a stupid idiot like you guys keep saying.
She doesn't say that. She just says that he wouldn't hurt a soul.
Oh, okay. He is still a stupid idiot, though,
Yeah,
right?
I recognize that he's a stupid idiot,
Because he is.
but
You
he's
would,
harmless.
he would never knowingly.
I mean, it seems like he'll do whatever he's told to do, certainly by his uncle.
Yeah. Well, his uncle has never appeared to be weak ever. So why?
His greatest fear in life. What if a little girl on the playground thinks that I look weak? It's
I
like,
better go hit her.
get me a cricket bat.
Okay, but I thought that didn't Flynn already tell Burton that she told Billy Ann just about everything, right?
Yeah, but like, I guess maybe she didn't get into the specifics of what everything is. And then Billy Ann is like, oh yeah, like I know about trips to the future and money and blah, blah, blah.
I know about money. Take that.
Once, this is many years ago, I used to play laser tag at this mall in near my college, and you took an elevator up to the floor where the laser tag place was, and it just went to that. And once I was on this elevator with just me and my friend, and there was like a random 10-year-old kid that had gotten separated from like his friends or family or whatever.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, to no one, he throws his hands above his head and yells, "I am the king of all money."
Where is he now?
That's a great question. I mean,
Is
I
he the
think if you
one
just
doing
Google the
this?
king of all money, you should get him immediately.
Is he responsible for all the inflation and gas
Is he in charge?
prices?
Yeah, is he in charge of the Fed? Does he set the interest rate hikes? That's to curb inflation. It doesn't seem to be working yet.
No, no. So did you keep in touch? Do you
With
guys
the 10-year-old that was in an elevator for 1 second.
yeah. He could maybe help you out with money or whatever.
um I don't recognize any monarchy, so absolutely not.
Yeah, I know you say that a lot. So Billy
Yeah, I'm constantly
and
talking about the monarchy.
yep, always. Billy Ann drops the Fishers off at home and they start bickering. And then Flynn's like, "Where's Mama?"
Mama! She's out back talking to Leon right near like
Fudge.
a whole pile of dead bodies.
Yeah. Leon told her everything, as
Yeah,
far as I can
Leon, I
say.
guess, is not super good at keeping a secret from Mama. Maybe from other people, but not her.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Leon.
So she's really clear thinking. She
Hmm.
sits him down and is like, okay, so these drugs from the future that I'm taking, what's the catch? Basically, they own us. The problem is dependency on someone else.
Hmm.
And she's like, who has the power in this arrangement? Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like they have all of it and you have none of it.
Right. Absolutely. 100%. We fucked ourselves once we put that headset on for the first time.
So, they have to deal with that question, is like, is is that true? Are they fucked?
I
Maybe.
mean, it could go either way at this point, but they have no power at all.
Right. And also, to be fair, like, before they were given these drugs from the future,
Hmm.
like, she was gonna die.
Right. Yeah. In 4 weeks.
So,
So suck it
this
up,
new
Mom.
lease on life is something.
I mean,
And also this money from the future,
uh-huh.
like, if they don't pay off Corbell,
What's going to happen?
yeah.
Which, how much money are they making at that 3D printer place? Because they bought it, I assume outright. Are they making over $200,000 a week at that place?
Well, I think that they got that so that it could be a front and they could launder money through it. I think.
That sounds right.
I don't know why else they would buy it.
Yeah, probably. Yes. But
And that's
they
why
may,
Burton's name is not involved in it, because his social security would get fucked up.
but okay, yes. But they had to do like this crazy, your cousin won the lottery. That's how you get this money. And okay, no,
Well,
you're right.
that's how the first money
Right.
comes in, but then
Right.
after that, maybe they can just send them money,
And they launder it through the 3D printer place.
I guess. I don't know. But
I
here's the
just,
thing, if you're just handing over money
mhm.
to Corbell Pickett, do you even need to launder it?
Yeah.
Because it's just going directly to that guy. Like, that's his problem. He can launder it.
Yeah, exactly. That is your job. I'm going to give you money, and your job that I am paying you this money for is to launder it. How about that?
Well, maybe the need for the 3D printing place will become more clear.
Mm,
I don't know.
okay. Glad we got that settled.
So there's all these questions. Are they fucked because they're dependent on these people from the future? And now, also, is the headset safe? Is the headset fucking killing Flynn?
But also, what bacterial infection? Did she get a bacterial infection from the headset?
I don't get it. I
Thank
don't
you.
know. Cause like I thought that it was a problem from the sonic wave gun thing shooting the peripheral that she was in. And
Yeah.
so there's some trauma that passes from your consciousness is in this body.
Right.
And so I guess like your real life body registers what happens to it on some level. But I don't get why it would be bacterial.
Right. That's a physical thing that doesn't make sense for it to show up in her body.
Well, maybe we'll get more answers to that in the future. But we still have more questions because there's more of this episode to dig through. So
With every answer, we get 10 questions.
big time.
Mm,
Okay, so it's London 99.
yep.
Wilf is at his home
Mhm.
with the peripheral, and Flynn like logs in, but like Wilf gets told by Ash that the Pults have hacked into the peripheral. Like, do you want me to let them do that? In what way did they hack into it? Doesn't she just put on the headset the normal way?
Okay, that was a question I had, but I think that when she goes in, when she
Mm-hmm.
puts that thing on, it's scheduled and they know to expect her, and they put it in.
It's like a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, that's what I assume, because she can't leave unless they let her leave. So I assume they control pretty much all of it.
Well, is that true?
I don't know.
She can't leave unless they let her leave.
Yeah, that's what they said the first or second episode.
Yeah.
Because remember, she was getting that eye surgery, and Alita was like, can't leave, not till I make it so.
But I think it was in that instance because Alita was in control, but now she's dealing with these other folks. It's not Alita who's
Right.
Alita is sort of like a terrorist slash freedom fighter,
Mhm.
like
Right.
terror cell leader type person.
Yeah, yeah.
She's willing to do what others are not, and to take drastic measures.
Right. But I mean, Lev's also a dick. And
Oh yeah,
he
I mean Lev
has,
kills his own like
oh, what? That's
alter
weird.
ego people.
Uh-huh. No, but he owns this other peripheral that she now goes into instead of Mr. Ice. And I'm sure he has the same kind of power that Alita had with Mr. Ice. I just,
Well, yeah. Anyway, it's just a slightly confusing moment for me.
okay.
And I feel like if she had just logged in and they didn't talk about it.
I mean, she can't be there if they're playing Foursquare with her or doing unmentionable things to her peripheral. So they have to be able to control. Come on, you know that's what they do with those. That's the whole reason they were invented.
I
Am I
think,
wrong?
I mean, I guess that's, yeah, but like, are you saying that they would do it to like when she's not logged in, when it runs on
Yes.
an
Uh-huh.
AI?
Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Then that's just like a blow up doll.
Yes, that all robots, all robots are invented or will be invented to be blow-up dolls. And they will not be invented unless that's why.
Ugh.
Human nature.
It does not look good for the human race.
It never has.
All right. So,
Uh-huh.
uh,
So Flint's there. She pops in. She's like, "Yo, did you link with me just to mess with my head, manipulate me?"
and Wilf is like, what are you
What?
talking about? And she's like, haptic drifts. He's like, I don't know what that means.
You're talking in some ancient language, you idiot.
She's like, I'm starting to trust you. Is that a mistake? And he's like, no, definitely not.
I'm dope and I do dope shit.
Wilf is dope and he does dope shit.
That's right.
Uh,
We
meanwhile, in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
That's right. Bobby's in the back seat of the sheriff's cruiser, and he does what I was just talking about earlier. Just like, here's the entire plan and everything I know, and now that I'm telling you, you are screwed. So
Yeah, but
why
like,
don't?
that's just, here's the thing.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're in the back of a police car,
Hmm.
you might just be telling any story whatsoever to try to get yourself out of this.
Hmm. Right. But the people that want to kill Bobby don't give a shit. They're still going to kill the sheriff if the sheriff knows what Bobby told him.
Or or if not, like, we're just going to kill everyone anyway because
Yeah.
like that's the safest course of like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. That too.
like Bob telling Tommy this the secret info doesn't necessarily put him in greater danger than he was already in.
It's an insurance policy for Bobby, an insurance policy that will soon be canceled.
So much for Apple View Insurance. All right, so he's extremely chatty and he's
Ah,
like, they're going to come for me, and when they come for me, they're going to come for you.
mhm.
And he's like, and while I'm threatening you, I'm also going to offer you $2.5 million, which they've already given me.
Sounds good.
Right? Like, I feel like we've seen this scene before. Every
Yeah,
other scene in the show is like, let me offer you money and simultaneously threaten your life.
yeah, yeah,
Every scene.
yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Everyone that's not the Fishers has been in that scene.
But I mean, they've kind of been in that scene too. Like, it's just been a little bit different. Like, here, let me offer you money and
Okay,
medicine, and if not, death will come for you.
that is true. But if we're talking literally the exact same scene,
Yeah, it's
everyone else has been in that scene.
extremely the same scene.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like, do you remember the R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet series?
Hmm.
Is that one that you're familiar with?
I vaguely remember it.
It's from a long time ago.
The 1800s. Yeah,
It's
I
from the
remember.
1800s, back when most entertainment was just rolling a wheel down a dirt road with a stick.
Yeah.
You've got a hoop and a
Hmm.
stick, and that
Hmm.
was your entertainment for the day.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
also R. Kelly put out a series of videos, and it was like every other scene was a character pulling a gun on someone else so that they would listen.
So
Yeah,
what you're saying is this is an elaborate trapped in the closet.
it kind of is uh, like I really like this show, but I'm sick of the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, yeah.
Take my money or I'll kill you.
No, okay.
Yeah, so Tommy is in the middle of refusing the money and telling him to go fuck himself when he fucking crashes into something invisible.
What? Invisible things don't exist except for cars right now.
Yeah, so the door of this invisible car opens and we see some Western boots. And
They
Tommy is like trapped in the car and like not fully conscious, but he sees the Western boots guy drag Bob's handcuffed body away. And then the invisible car drives off
drives
into the
away.
sunset.
Mm. Tommy doesn't watch him drive away
Country
because it's
road,
invisible.
take me home
Flynn's like, yo,
to the
Wilf, take me
place
to Charisse.
I
I want to scare her.
belong. West
Oh,
Jamaica,
that's not it.
Mountain Mama. Have you not heard the Toots and the Maytals version?
Oh, I haven't. No.
It will change your fucking life.
Will it?
Yes.
Okay. For the better or for the worse? Because that's important knowledge.
Toots Hibbert has never changed anyone's life for the worse.
I figured.
Anyway. Yeah, that invisible car drove away. I'm sorry. I was singing and you were talking.
Oh, I was just
I was winning at conversation.
I have cancer. So then
Shout out to Paul Sims. Shout out.
Flynn's like, Wilf, you need to take me to Charisse. I'm gonna mess her up or
Yeah, I
scare
want her to
her
know how it
or
feels
something.
to be hunted.
And Wilf's like, okay, cool. But then you'll feel really sad.
Yeah, he's like, wait, let me just tell you a bunch of my backstory.
Yeah.
So when I was 12, I went to boarding school, and that's where I met Lev and a bunch of neo-primitives, which you've never heard of, but you know about.
Oh yeah, I know all about them. Mm-hmm.
They attacked the school.
Yeah.
And
As they
I
do.
managed
That's
to
all
kill
they
them
do.
all. But the weight of it, I had no way to be prepared for that.
I'm sad all the time because I murdered people
in
that were going to murder.
Yeah, they were going to kill us all, and I saved us all.
And I'm sad.
I mean, he was a 12-year-old kid, and that's very traumatic. So
yeah, but that scene was silly.
I mean, right? Like, dude, you're a hero.
This whole entire show is about people murdering and punching people.
Also, like, the jackpot is all about like 7 billion people dying. Like,
yeah,
how many different ways are you traumatized? And like,
human life is cheap in this whole universe.
Yeah, but like, you seem to be in control of your executive function and getting stuff done on a daily basis. So like, cheers, mate, as they say in the British Isles.
Yep, that's the only thing they say pretty much. He gets out of bed every day. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like the way you hear whatever. All British people hear is cheers, mate, cheers, mate, cheers, mate, cheers, mate.
Yeah, so he doesn't want her to confront Charisse, but she does. She goes to that big building and she's like, yo, let me talk to Charisse. And receptionist lady is like, what? And
Not even,
like,
she doesn't even do that. She's like, has my face been scanned?
Yeah.
She's like, yes, of course. Well, great. Then that's all that you don't need to do anything else.
I'm fine.
And then
I'll
Charisse
wait.
walks right in.
Yeah, she does. They have a really nice conversation.
Charisse is like, you absconded with vital data. And Flynn is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay.
Can somebody just tell me?
Okay, but also, Charisse, are you going to accuse every single person that you come into contact with of stealing from you? Nobody has stolen from you. What are you talking about?
I mean, I think that some inadvertent data theft, maybe not inadvertent, maybe someone else like put data in Flynn's possession without her even knowing it.
Right. And Charisse is like, I know you did this. Fine. But then if you know this, you also know that she has no idea what the fuck you are talking about. Charisse, settle down.
Well, but Charisse is the queen bee. She doesn't take shit from anybody.
Oh, but she does.
She killed Grace, who was in charge of like 16 different things for the research institute.
Yeah, fuck her.
She could have let her DNA eroding weapon destroy her, but instead she tortured her with hornet pheromones.
I mean, that's pretty fucking cool death. So you got to watch the show. Come on.
True. It was a cool death. Yeah. So then, okay. So Flynn is like, I'm going to fuck you up. And Charisse is like,
it's not me, dummy.
Yeah, I'm in a peripheral, dumbass. And Flynn is like, guess what? You're going to feel it. And then Charisse is a fucking badass. She's fast and she's tough as shit.
Another fucking awesome fight.
Yeah, bang, pow.
Yep.
That's what it's like.
A bunch of pows. Yep.
Biff, Sacco.
Slap, strangle, and it ends with
Flynn snaps her fucking neck.
boom. How awesome is it that these robot bodies die the same way as human bodies?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, why would you make a peripheral have those same vulnerabilities in exactly the same way?
Yeah, it's
And also, like, why would you make a peripheral that you can be harmed when you're inside of? I guess maybe there's no other way to do it.
right. If you can't take advantage of the reason why they were invented, then you are gonna then you can go and not be hurt in fights. But since you want to fuck those things, you're gonna get hurt. Bottom line.
Look, you have two options in this world. One is you're going to draw a stick figure with giant tits. Two is you're going to fuck this sex robot, which is not a sex robot. It's a thing that consciously. What anyway, long story short is you got two options.
It's a fact of life, Josh. Bottom line.
Look, you're stuck in this broken down airstream. Life doesn't look good for you. What are you going to do?
Fuck a robot.
Yeah,
Prove
so
robot.
as of last episode,
Mhm.
last episode left off, Flynn was working on getting peripheral bodies for Burton and Connor. We don't even talk about that in this episode because it's such a is it a bottle episode? Is that what you call it? Where it's like a total one-off because this was all about Bob and no other storyline gets, like, no plot moves forward in any other way.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called, but yeah, that's what this was for sure.
Yeah. I mean, cool. Like, I enjoyed
It
Bob
was
and his
so
storyline.
cool.
Totally.
So many great fights. Like there's been lots of great fights in the series, and this was chock full of them. I
Yeah,
really
I think
enjoy
this had the
them.
best violence
Mhm.
that we've seen on screen so far.
I know it's corny as hell, but goddamn, the the choreography of fight scenes, I fucking so get into it, especially when it's well done like this. That they were
I
beautiful.
actually think it's the way it's shot more than choreographed.
I think it's probably both. I think that there's a lot of choreography that goes into it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, like, they're doing that stuff and it's awesome.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
yes.
this is a really well-made show. Like, I think
Yes.
that we can agree that, like, as much as we will rain on the parade of the Brits, whether or not they're behind this episode, this show, I don't even know. I think that this is a really well done show, and I think that the people making it are doing a really good job.
Yep.
Guys, this has been a fucking grinder because, like, really, it's all been about neo-primitives and who the fuck are they? Where did they come from? Where are they going?
Yeah. Like,
There was a Spinal Tap in this episode, and nobody has sung a single Spinal Tap song.
Stonehenge was not even mentioned once.
Stonehenge.
Yeah. So this was very clearly like a standalone. Could they have put it anywhere and it still worked? Because,
well, if you didn't have the scene with Billy Ann and Jasper talking about the money. Oh,
yeah.
and also the
The
mom.
mom.
Yeah, there are a few things.
Yeah. Sprinkled in.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not complaining. I was just wondering.
No, I mean, it's cool.
It's cool, guys.
It's like totally cool, man. Hey there, hipsters. Some real jazzy cats.
Josh, we gotta go.
Yeah, we are out of time.
Hey,
Guys,
it's
thanks for hanging with us. We are on fire tonight with Josh and Tressa.
gotten so late.
We're the smoldering pirates,
Mm.
your favorite hosts of your favorite podcast.
Thank you, letterheads and super fans alike.
Longtime listeners, lovers.
Of short comedy pieces in the New Yorker.
Yeah. I wonder if we could ever get that dude on our show.
You should call him.
I don't know him.
I didn't say you did. Oh, you know what?
You said I should call him.
Yeah, and I'll get you a number of a company. You can pay $20 a month and they'll get you any celebrity you need. Wink.
Okay.
Don't worry
What?
about it. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you about it later.
Take this money or I will murder you.
What? Okay.
Cue that outro music.
Oh, sorry. Outro music is